Hi everybody, welcome back to Sketch to See. This is part 2 of the interview with my wife Jamie. Stay tuned because in this episode you get a little bit of insight to where we're looking forward to cruising and some of the key elements inside of our boat. After a quick intro, we're going to jump right back into it, so stay tuned. So specifically considering we're moving on to this boat and it's now going to be our future home, tell us a little bit about what your expectations are. What are you looking forward to about life on the ocean? What are you afraid of about life on the ocean?
Well, I think we covered kind of what I'm looking forward to. It's, I guess, pretty cliche, but the freedom of the open ocean, the ability to travel, to see new ports, to be in a different country after a few days, to cruise along and take your time, just life on the water and the ability to explore kind of wherever you want to go. In terms of what I'm afraid of, it's probably not what you would think. I'm not really afraid of the storms or bad weather or sharks or anything like that. I think we have so much ability now to forecast weather and see what's coming and to take a safer course, and there's great education out there about sea life, and incidences with sharks and things like that are so low that it's not anything like that. I think in the last couple of years it's actually changed a bit for me, and it has more to do with climate change and the pandemic and things like that. It's what will be open for us? Where is it safe to travel to? Are we causing any harm by traveling around? I think that's the beauty of a sailboat, though, is that we've engineered this in a way that we're taking so little in order to travel. We've got the solar panels, we've got batteries, we've got wind power for the majority of this. And when we're underway, we're regenerating rather than taking fuels to be able to live this way, unless it's in an emergency situation or no wind, whatever. I think the pandemic struck up a bunch of fears for everybody in terms of, are we healthy? Are we safe? Is it okay to be moving around country to country? And then global warming. How long will the seas be safe? Will the weather patterns change? Are there going to be any things that we miss out on, or the areas that used to be great for cruising or great reefs to see and we are not going to be able to anymore because of the heat and the temperatures of the ocean, because of the weather systems that are changing? So I think it's bigger concerns rather than living on a boat in and of itself. I feel really great with the way that the boat's engineered, how safe it is, the people that are involved in it and will be involved as we get sailing. It's the bigger world stuff that kind of gets to me.
Yeah, that's a really good and complete answer. It makes me more and less comfortable at the same time. So over the years, we've done a fair bit of sailing, whether it be charters, motor yachts, liveaboards, day sailing, Hobie Cat running away. What are your most memorable moments on the water thus far?
Wow, I think this is the hardest question that you've asked me. I have so many great memories on the water, and I think that's what makes this transition a little bit easier. I think a lot of people might be hesitant of, you're going to pick up everything and move on to a boat, but all of the great memories and the times that we've had on the water so far are making that seem like a really appealing possibility. We have been lucky enough to go to Indonesia more than once and explore Raja Ampat and Komodo. The diving in Raja Ampat and the freedom to do it 2 and 3 and 4 times a day, that was really incredible, and just to see life we wouldn't have seen otherwise. I can't wait to get back out and do that again. We have had the luxury of going on motor yachts and really experiencing a decadent time, and that was pretty great. A really big change, a removal from our everyday life, and that was amazing.
And going on those motor yachts, I do think helped influence our design and allowed us to include some of those little creature comforts that you wouldn't traditionally find on a sail yacht.
Yeah. So going through all these memories and thinking about Indonesia and motor yachts and sailing around the Caribbean and stuff, I think still my favorite trip would have to be Greece. You and I planned this for an anniversary, and I did the road trip portion of it, and I thought that's all that the trip was going to be. And then you surprised me with a week sailing on this little monohull and just checking out the Greek islands. And yeah, I don't know, there was just something about it, going and getting lost in a new village every day and then coming back and just watching sunset on the water and being removed from it, getting to see land, getting to be part of it when we wanted to, but then having that space and just knowing we were going to sleep out on the water and live there for a little bit was pretty cool. And to pick up and move from island to island when we felt like it, I would say that was the best trip that we've had.
So Greece was also one of my favorite trips as well. It's a toss-up for me between the 10 days we spent driving around Greece and the whole sailboat portion, because both were really good for their own reasons. But I think with a platform like we're building here, we'll be able to include both of those at most of these destinations that we plan to go to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great segue into my next question. Where are you most excited to sail to?
I think I really am looking forward to exploring French Polynesia. I really want to get to Tahiti and Moorea and explore all through there. I would love to see the Maldives, kind of those picturesque vacation spots that you sail into and there's great surf and little huts on the water and all of that. I think that would be really cool. But that'd be something to see for a while, but in terms of spending time somewhere, I'm really excited to get back to the Med. I loved Greece so much, and I would love to explore Italy and Croatia and Greece again. Yeah, I just want to sail all through there. So I think getting on the water and exploring the Mediterranean.
Do you have any interest in any cold water routes?
Yes. Oh, that's a good one too. I've always wanted to go to Alaska, and what better way to do it than, fingers crossed, everything's still there, sailing among the icebergs and exploring that way. I think it would be pretty incredible to head up north and do that.
So we currently have 2 projects underway.
Hmm?
The yacht and Sketch to Sea is another project.
It is.
So let's talk about the yacht first of all.
Okay.
How do you feel it's going so far?
I think it's going really well. I don't think we could ask for a better team to be working on it. And we were really lucky with the shutdown, the fact that it's being built in China and things were already kind of shutting down over the Chinese New Year in 2019. We didn't face too much of a delay. Everybody took their time over the holiday. They took a little more time to make sure they could safely get back to where they were living and get to work. And then our project picked up again. And so in terms of everyone working on it, extremely capable, knowledgeable, the build's going really well, and then any issues we're running into with design aren't really issues because there's amazing engineers and naval architects working on it that move things along and make the necessary adjustments, and it goes really well. So I think all in all, it's going as well as it could be. Yeah. Okay.
And then the other project obviously is Sketch to Sea. How do you feel about that?
I'm really happy that you have Sketch to Sea. No, I think it's fantastic wherever this leads to be able to document the build and to have it for ourselves, for our family and our friends, but to be able to share the knowledge that you've garnered over the years with other people out there. I love editing and working on different projects, and so I'm happy to look over your episodes or what you've written, but I can't say it would be my goal to be on YouTube all the time, to be in front of the camera. I don't love the spotlight necessarily, so really happy you have this as a vehicle to share what you know and to share a project with everyone around us. So I think Sketch to Sea is going really well. I'm really proud of you. I think that's fantastic. But I may not be in front of the camera all the time.
Or ever again. One of our viewers has written in a few times asking for Jamie to do one entire episode herself.
Yeah.
Do you think that's ever going to happen?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm happy to do an episode maybe as we move further into design and stuff like that. The interior of the boat, the finishing, stuff like that. I kind of feel like it would be fake if I did any of the stuff that I already admitted I'm not that interested in. And not that I'm not interested. I think it is fascinating, the whole process that goes into building a yacht like this.
You already said it though, you don't really care about the shape of the ice cube.
Yes, I'm not going to be telling you all about the ice makers the way that you've done all the research. And I think you spent so much time doing research, you're passionate about the final outcome of all these systems, how things fit together, how they work, and it just feels a bit more authentic for you to be doing those episodes. And maybe once it moves into stuff that I've actually had a real hand in, choosing the fabrics, why things go well together, the finishes, how things fit, how to make something that does need to be practical, and we need to think about water concerns and how we keep this yacht clean, whatever, how we've done that, but made it feel homey and comfortable. So I would maybe do an episode about interior finishes and fit as we move along with the project.
Great. Next week, we know what we got coming up. When I'm doing most of the filming for this, it's you behind the camera, usually with a laptop, because we've pre-written the episode, and it's really just trying to translate what's on that laptop to me communicating that to the audience. That usually ends up in 11 takes because for some reason I don't know how to speak English most of the time. And what you say always sounds so much better than what actually ends up coming out of my mouth.
Wow.
And we still don't know why. So again, when can we look forward to you actually filming one of these episodes from start to finish?
Oh, don't push or anything.
Because now that you have been on camera, how does it actually feel?
So I was never nervous per se about being on camera, like the actual process of filming. That doesn't bother me too much. And I said, I think it's more authentic when you talk about all the things that you've researched, and it just makes more sense coming from you because you are the one that did the hard work to get there, so you should present it. Happy to do more episodes. I think maybe just get a little bit of a thicker skin. It's a bit of a risk to put yourself out on YouTube. People have a lot to say. I think we had one very generous commenter call you trash last week.
Yes.
So.
Oh yes, this was great. You are trash.
Yeah, there we go.
Didn't even get the comment right.
So if you're gonna do it, people, do it properly, okay? But no, I think it's a big risk, and people who do these lifestyle blogs and everything are pretty brave to put themselves out there because there are people who are having a bad day, and rather than just stop following you or turn and look the other way, they decide to bash you and put you down. And I'm pretty content with us and our family and kind of what we have going on, that I don't want to put myself out there. I can handle it. I can take it, but
you don't want to be bashed for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't want to be.
You don't want to invite it.
I don't want to invite it. I like having a private life. I definitely see why people put their lives out there, and we've learned and traveled to and seen some amazing places through watching other people's videos. I would just never think to say anything horrible to them when they're taking their time to show us that, but other people do. And so I'm excited that you're sharing your knowledge base, but I'd like to live our lives together and keep the private parts private. Nope.
You know, that definitely is staying in there.
Yeah, I think it's great that you're sharing your knowledge and you're getting out there and doing it as more of an educational channel. But then when it comes to talking a lot about our lives or what we're doing, I think that's kind of our business. And I'm happy to keep our private lives private.
She did kind of allude to it, but we don't know what the future of Sketch to See is 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, or anything like that. So motivation to all of you to like, follow, subscribe, and share. And so I ended up cutting that clip, but Jamie alluded to the fact that she has no shortage of things to say. So she's right. I'm actually going to end this video now, and there is a third installment. You'll just have to stay tuned to see when it comes out. Thanks for watching this time, And as always, if you guys have any questions or want to talk boats, please reach out to me at sketchtosea@gmail.com. If you're not already, please follow along on Facebook and Instagram. A little click from you goes a long way for us. So please like, subscribe, and share, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks again.